Hi everyone, my name is Vikas Pandey. I've been active on social media promoting Hinduism and our ideologies in the last 8 to 10 years. I started with Orchid and 4 5 lakh members groups I made. You guys were in Orchid sometime? How many? Just 2 3?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, dead, but anyways. So it was the first social media of India. And then I started Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. RSS and I support Narendra Modi. A lot of pages are there with 1.25 crore members. And Twitter, I think around 2 lakh followers. I started with Modi ji's official YouTube channel and moved on with a lot of YouTube channels. So, anyways, why I'm talking statistics right now is that what I'm trying to, the points I'm trying to make, I will try to make in this presentation, talk a lot about statistics and what are the areas which we need to focus. Alright, so it's political, but I think what I did a small search on Facebook before coming here. I searched the term Islam, I didn't search Quran or anything else, and I found a lot of pages. Do we know how many, how much is the population of Muslims in world?
1.6 billion?
Yeah, approximately 1.6 billion. And Hindus? 1 billion, alright. So I did a small search and I found out that there are 5 crore. I just went on searching and I thought, okay, it's much more than 5 crores. But I said, alright, 5 crore people are like these kind of pages. Name is Islam. So I did not include Quran, Muslim. So just a ballpark figure, can you tell me how much, if I search for Hinduism, how many pages or likes would I find? No, not that. Alright, 1.6 billion and 1 billion. How much must be the difference? Mathematically, if not, then based on your experience, how much it should be?
Mathematically, it should be about 3 crores. But,
Yeah.
But looking at the way you're going, is probably less than a crore. Less than 50 lakhs?
It's actually 7 lakh. It's just maybe 1% of what we search of Islam. Now, alright, that tells a lot about the commitment with which Islam and Muslims have. But the way I know social media works a lot on content, commitment, and some kind of technology and funding, which Nina also covered a lot. Now, this is a graph of the statistics which I prepared, that this is the population comparison between Islam and Hinduism, and the Facebook like that. Anyways, 1% was not coming, but anyways, this is how the proportion looks like. It's very sorry state. I'm not trying to compare with Islam, but thinking about 1.1 billion people, only 7 lakh members are there in Hinduism. Now, it is extremely sorry state because I'm active on other platforms also. I didn't want to bring the figure in such a short period of time. But it's very extremely sorry state in case of Twitter and YouTube also. Now, the thing which I have got platforms with more than a crore, but they are not about Hinduism. I've got my restrictions to present Hinduism. They are basically for Narendra Modi or Sri Ravi Shankar, Baba Ramdev, RSS, some organizations, some trust, some people who are committed, but there is a setup of people who are doing it, setup of volunteers who are doing it. They have got some limitations. They cannot talk about anything else. For example, in RSS page, I cannot talk about random BJP stuff. That is a restriction because it's official. Similarly, there are a lot of restrictions or boundaries where people cannot go. So they are all constrained. We can think about if there is an official news magazine of a particular organization, you cannot talk about everything else, right? Similar goes with the social media also. So this sorry state, let's not take it as a sorry state. I started Orchid, I started making communities because I saw a vacuum. People were talking about Hinduism, people were talking about Hindutva, but they didn't have a platform. Similarly, there is a huge vacuum which can be filled. Different social media platforms need to be created to cater Hindu population. Now, why does Hindu population means content-wise we are rich of content. Means so many thousands of books, thousands of stories, pictures, saying teachings, a lot of saints who have given their life for the cause. People don't know about it, right? Who is going to tell them? If I do puja, my parents taught me to do puja, or I reached out to certain books and I started studying those things, and that's how I became that. Similar to the story with everybody else. Somebody got guru, somebody got their parents. But do you know why social media has become so much popular than blogs and blogs and websites? Because the news, the things which you like, reaches you on your timeline, on Twitter and Facebook. So we have to enable ourselves, we have to adapt this new technology. The Hindus, the general population of Hindus, the concept of Hindus should reach general population in a massive scale. There is a huge vacuum to be filled. If Salman Khan can start being Hindu, being human, why can't we start something called being Hindu? Why can't we have a project called Project Hindu, which has a lot of content writers, a lot of social media specialists, little fund, and then we can reach out to different population. Yes. I was talking to Mr. Pandey here. He's from Suriname, and he was talking about we have got 27% of Hindus in Suriname, and there's a big elections going on in May 2015, and he wanted my suggestion on the same. Now, why are we not bothered? Why Hindus in India are not bothered about what goes on in Suriname? Why can't volunteers like what we had thousands and lakhs of volunteers collected from social media working for Narendra Modi? Why can't you go and work from there? And similarly, what Nina talked about is Hindus in Pakistan. We don't care. There is no platform to talk about them. There is no platform to talk about gods, for example. Yeah, there is Jai Shri Hanuman. People talk about Hanumanji's photos, his Hanuman Chalisa. Now, she also mentioned that it also mentions the scientific calculation between sun and earth, the distance. This is what Hindu scripture. People don't know about it unless and their parents or some old guys tell. People don't go. Young generation don't go to puja. They don't feel cool about it. Now, there are people who take ownership of Narendra Modi or belong to RSS, but there is no one belong to Hinduism. We don't talk about Hinduism. There is no big platform which talk about. There is a huge vacuum. There is a huge vacuum to be filled. That is the case study I want to bring in here. So this is which I spoke about. We are rich of content, which are rich of inspirational stories which we can teach our kids and make them feel proud of being Hindu. Why can't the religious shastra, we used to have shastra between different rishis and munis, why can't we have it on YouTube, Google Hangouts? Thousands of people watching live, taking notes, tweeting about it on Facebook. People will learn, debate. Those things can happen on platforms like YouTube. There's a very popular, which she also mentioned, Kiran KS starts this Dharma quiz. Very good initiative, but he has got his own limitation. Why can't we have Dharma quiz, asking people, sending them CDs, T-shirts once they win the competition on Twitter? It's not. I'm not talking rocket science. It's all there, but there is no one to take ownership. There is no one to fund it. Everybody is doing their own job. Everybody has got their own ideology, but there is no one to talk about Hindus at large. No, for example, I also talk about Nepal became a secular nation. All right, nobody cares. All right, we are Hindus, we are secular. It should be secular nation. Nobody cared about it. Now, mistreatment of Hindus in Malaysia happened in 2007. It was politicized. It was made as a Tamil issue. No one else was bothered. All right. So, social media is very, very important tool, and it can make boroughs. For example, I think we all talk about how BJP use social media, but we should not forget about how Aam Aadmi Party use social media to gather volunteers, make boroughs inside, gather so much support. I think we are not taking social media very seriously. It should be taken as much priority as possible. It can do wonders. Not just volunteers, whole generation can be transformed. You don't. People will read about religious stories, the saints which lived thousands of years back. Their stories, what great things they did. Feel proud to be there, and means feel proud that Hindus had such saints before. Now see saints. And what was the name of that Baba, fraud Baba? If
Ramdev.
these kind of people get caught,
Ramdev.
Baba sab log aise hi hote hain. No, this is something. This is something we can say everybody is criticizing Babas nowadays. They are such good Babas, the saints which existed, even now they exist. But who will tell the young generations about it? That's why I'm saying that you guys are decision makers, you guys are thinkers. Think about it, start something. Alright, little bit technical, not very technical, but what does it take to create a platform on your own? So it is basically a good mix of content, graphics, stories, paragraphs, bullet points, and social media is a small funding, maybe in Facebook, advertisement will be needed, maybe some infrastructure you might have to hire, other than volunteers to do that. Now, such things are being done by many people. You can support them. For example, Kiran Case does that Dharma quiz. You can say that, alright, whoever wins Dharma quiz, I will sponsor t-shirt. Very small amount, 150. But he cannot afford. Why should he afford? You guys can sponsor. You can say, Kiran, do Dharma quiz once in a week. We will sponsor, give them iPad, whatever. So people will participate. It will trend also. Means Twitter trending, means people start trending on Twitter even for small things like CDs. Alright, if you send CDs, they will start tweeting and it will trend. Now, these are the great cause, small investment, focused. I think that's what I'm saying. People here have to take ownership of Hinduism. It should not be, means people are donating crores and crores for temples, crores and crores for donation. Why can't you spend some lakhs or thousands of rupees for these causes? I think that's it. Alright, I think I didn't bore you much, but please think about it. It's a serious vacuum which they need to fill.